Salute to you all. The brave never fall. Self-love through freedom and connection. So feel free to connect to the brave never fall on these social media platforms. If you find anything of value in this following podcast, hit that like button, subscribe and share, and support the brave and bold tribe growing one purposeful soul at a time. How are you feeling? Take a moment to do a self-check-in for yourself. How are you feeling mentally? How are you feeling emotionally? How are you feeling physically? How are you feeling spiritually? Are you feeling balanced? Are you still journeying on an intentional, purposeful path? How are you feeling? Balancing yourself is a healthy daily practice that will reliably keep you in harmony with your entire mind, body, heart, and soul. Clear your mind. Take a moment of silence for yourself right now in the moment. You are here now. How are you feeling? The path one walks alone will gain one clarity, insight, strength, wisdom, peace, confidence, and balance. It is always going to be your path to walk alone, regardless of who will enter and exit your life, regardless of how you feel each time the sun comes up, and what emotions you feel when you go to bed and rest your eyes at night. It is always going to be your path to walk alone. People may be beside you, people may be behind you, in front of you, people may aid you, people may leave you, but you have to take your own steps. You have to make your own decisions, and you have to hold yourself accountable for every step and every decision you make on your path. What you do on your path is solely up to you. Your mindset is something you have to be truly accountable for. Every action you have, every word you say, every interaction, every relationship means something. It means something to you. It is a powerful mindset. It is a powerful tool to use in life to be aware at each moment that you have to remain in a place of ownership, in a place of understanding and awareness of what you're saying, what you're doing, how you are affecting others, most importantly, how you are affecting yourself with the actions and the choices that you make in life. You have but one life, one chance to get everything in that you want to get in, one chance to right all the wrongs when you have time, one chance to make sure that your life is fulfilled as much as it possibly can be every single day, by mindfully pursuing the things that makes you happy, by mindfully pursuing the things that are simple, that are catered to you and your path. You have to create your vision for yourself. You have to walk your vision for yourself. And you have to grow your vision for yourself. A Ronin, a wandering samurai who has no master, confident with wisdom, clarity, enlightenment, purpose, and energy. A Ronin leads naturally, not forcefully, walking a path of purpose that is never content with not growing in every area of life, disciplined, and the ability to detach from any and every situation. Balance for a Ronin is a necessity. Possessions do not own a Ronin. Nothing, no place, thing, or person owns a Ronin. A Ronin walks freely, yet connected to everything. Solitude and silence are just simply tools for a Ronin. To feel all thoughts, to embrace all emotions, to expand one's spirit. A Ronin accepts life for what it is, and nothing more. A Ronin does not experience or allow jealousy to enter the heart. A Ronin has the ability to separate what is truly needed to be balanced and from what is simply a distraction. A Ronin thinks honestly and truthfully, not accepting deception, lies, or embellishments from oneself or others. Strength and respect is lost in deception and selfishness. This is not a way for a Ronin. Paying attention to the details is key for a Ronin. It is a disciplined way of life and self-control, an art that is rewarding in full. A Ronin knows that time reveals the true nature of every place, person, or thing in this world. Therefore, time is an ally, not a threat. A Ronin walks the path in life that is a fun adventure. The next day always has a mystery to unlock and explore. This brings a smile to a Ronin's face. A Ronin communicates simply, honestly, and positively. Optimism flows through a Ronin's veins, which produces a Ronin's way of balanced energy. Episode 12. Balanced energy is really important. Your balance in life is beyond important. How you feel each day, the random thoughts you have throughout each day, the excuses you make for yourself, the things that you want in life, the appreciation you have for others, for all the things that you have to be grateful for. Any sight of that in your life, anything that is before you that you lose sight of, that is being lost and not a focal point in your life any longer, because you've lost the willingness to really dive deep down into yourself and explore what it is that truly makes you happy versus what other people are telling you should make you happy. For you to succumb to relationships that perhaps have no meaning in your life other than the word relationship. There's no value there. There's nothing there for you to grow upon, because you have no control over other people. And the same things with the places that you're at and the things that you have. So what do we have? What can we control in life? Every day you can wake up and control your actions. We've talked about in these last 11 episodes, and counting this one 12, all the things that if you walked your path alone would be essential tools for you to do that and willingly do it if need be. These podcasts, these 11, we're here to show you that in case you do need to walk alone, in case there is a point where you find yourself without a mentor or a master or a significant other, or you're void of family members and friends that you trust, do you have the confidence to walk alone? And if that's the case, what could you do to make sure that that is something that you can grow upon and live in until the right people start showing up in your life, the right places start showing up in your life, and the right things start showing up in your life? I have been highly fascinated with samurai ever since I was a kid. I've been highly fascinated with the Japanese culture, especially the culture of the samurai. Their way of thinking, the way that they approach life, from the outside looking in, you would say maybe these people are too full of themselves. Maybe they're just too much into the warrior's way. Maybe they're too disciplined. Maybe they're too detached. Maybe they don't have enough possessions. Maybe they haven't done enough to really get enough clarity in life to be able to say they have exactly what they need in life, because they don't know what they don't know. A lot of people can make that argument. Maybe the samurai didn't know what they didn't know, right? We could say, but they were using swords when in the world people were finally making firearms. And the samurai did have to go against that. They did have to get to a point where they were fighting through honor and discipline, an archaic way of going to war and battle with people who were producing firearms, and they had cannons, and they were outnumbered. They were, in a lot of people's ways, quote unquote, stuck in their ways. They were unable to grow. They were unable to adjust and to accept life for what it is. But if you dive deep into their honor system and how they look at life and their discipline, you realize that is not the case at all. It was a conscious choice not to do those things. And why is that? Because they have the option of having a conscious choice to make whatever decisions they wanted to make based on what they felt was purposeful and fulfilling in their lives. Each individual made up a collective of samurai, but you also had the one samurai that thought, not only do I have all these things in life, I want to walk my own path. I can learn all these things on my own. I can move forth alone without all of these people around me, yet have every single thing that I've learned from these people still be my core value system, a place of honor for myself. And that is what a Ronin did. There was a samurai who basically walked their own path. But just because they didn't walk their own path doesn't mean that they were not still a samurai. In fact, a lot of people call them samurai Ronins. So the word samurai was still attached to them, even though they chose to not have one solitary master, but wanted the freedom to be able to go out in the world and pick up whatever knowledge they could find from whatever person of knowledge could bring to them. In other words, they weren't content with just saying this particular culture of samurai, this village of samurai, is the only people that are going to influence my life. They didn't accept. A Ronin never accepted that it is what it is in a way where it didn't expand growth. Life is what it is. But if life is what it is, that means there's a lot of stuff out there to explore, not just one way. A place of balance means you get a different perspective from many different people, from many different places, from many different things. And a Ronin understood that. As much as I respect the samurai, there's a part of me that respects the Ronin a little bit more. Now, the Ronin in the samurai culture, a lot of them, it's not a good thing to be a Ronin. In their culture, that is a person who is an outsider, is a person who is going against the code, going against the honor system, the values of what a samurai really is, because the Ronin is going off having learned everything from the samurai and doing their own thing. It's not in their culture good to be a Ronin. You're considered looked down upon in certain aspects. Now, these are different points of views from depending on who you talk to. Some people say that the Ronin it's honorable. It's something that should be looked upon as brave and courageous, and something that should not be looked at as a bad option for an individual who chooses to walk their own path. Now, how do we apply this to our lives here in modern society, especially if you're living in the United States like I am? Walking your own path is actually not bad at all. People do it all the time because why? You have a conscious choice to do it. However, people would tell you if you walk the path alone, then your life is considerably harder. I beg to differ. In fact, I found that when you walk your path alone, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, if you can accept that you can walk the path alone, life becomes considerably simpler because you are confident. You are building self-confidence. You are building and displaying self-respect to other people. People know that you don't need them. You want them in your life because you find value, but you do not need them. You will learn from them, but you do not have to be attached to the hip from them for the rest of your life. There are people going to come and go in your life. Places are going to come and go in your life. Things are going to come and go in your life. And it is up to each individual to figure out the value of every person, place, or thing in their life and properly put it in perspective for themselves and how it fits into their peace and their joy and their purpose in life, and ultimately their fulfillment. What good is it to have 100 people around you if 99 of those people are distracting you from what you feel you should be doing to obtain fulfillment in your life? What are those people and those abundance of people are actually doing for you? What are they doing for you? We can ask ourselves these questions over and over and over again, but you would have to go through each and every one of those people and figure out what is the value. That is no different than what a Ronin does in the world. When you walk your path alone, you can go out and ask everybody you see questions. You can look at them in their lives and learn things about them. That doesn't mean they have to stay in your life. That means you just learn what you need to learn from them. You observe. You're silent. You get the world. You understand that time is your ally, not a threat. In time, the people who are supposed to be in your life will reveal themselves to be that way, and you will want them to be in your life, and you will never need them to be in your life. Life is about being simple. It's not about being hard. There's no such thing as having just one mentor. There's no such thing as living in one place. There's no such thing as just having one thing. What do you want? Each step that you take, what do you want out of life? That is the question you should be asking yourself every single day. The people that are around you, what value are they bringing? And if there isn't any value, then why are you wasting your precious time? Remember, time is your ally. Why are you wasting your valuable time with people who don't even value their own time in life? It may be cruel to think of it that way, but it's beneficial. You have to understand and accept that certain relationships in your life, certain places and things in your life, it's not going to be easy to get rid of them if you realize there's no value there. You have to explore the question of, why do you value this thing that is a distraction in your life more than you value the things that aren't distractions in your life? Why do you value the people who are not of value in your life more than the people who are of value in your life? And the same with the places. If you look around you, if you look at your own life, you will see there's a lot of things that you value in life that is not particularly a better value for you than other things in your life. But you claim you need the things that are undervalued and you ignore the things that are of value. Why is that? It takes a deeper level of commitment to yourself and what you really want out of life to really put those value systems in a proper place, for those value systems to really mean something. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of words. It's just a bunch of conjecture on your part, and you will end up with a dichotomy of value systems in your own self. You will lose sight of what is truly valuable and what is not valuable. Who is truly valuable and what is not valuable. What place is truly valuable to me and what places are not. What does my heart tell me? What does my mind tell me? What does my body tell me? What does my soul tell me? And are they balanced? And do I have the energy enough to walk forward alone, if need be, to get the things that I know are valuable in my life? And not only get them, but to keep them in my life, not because I need them, but because I want them. That's a lot to take in and think about each day, and a lot of people don't want to go through that mental exercise. There is a reason why I put "How are you feeling" at the beginning of each podcast. It is a mental exercise. I would probably guess that most people will skip that and go straight into the quote, the message, and the introspection and the affirmations or the mission, whatever it is they find, because there's a moment of silence built into that "How are you feeling?" And these things that I'm talking about when you're walking your path alone or with others, doesn't matter. When it's time for you to go inside of your mind and ask yourself what is important, what values are truly valuable to you, and what is the weight behind each one of those values. You don't get those with distractions. You get those with a clarity of mind, and you need silence and solitude to do that. You have to detach yourself from this world and your possessions and go deep inside of what you want from life and truly answer those questions honestly. You have to be honest about what those answers are, and when those answers come to you, what are you going to do about it, one way or the other? That moment of silence and the how are you feeling segment of these podcasts are designed to make you feel uncomfortable. They're designed for you to ask yourself, why do you skip it every day? If you listen to this every day, it is designed for you to go through the entire exercise. It is a reason why it is the first thing you hear as far as the segment goes in these podcasts, because they are designed for you to figure out how comfortable you are in your own solitude and your own silence. Can you honestly and without fooling yourself and bullshitting yourself, can you get through that exercise and not only answer those questions about yourself during that period, but actually do something about it once it's done? How do you feel when you know that segment's coming, it makes you uncomfortable, and you skip it? You don't even want to get to it. How does that make you feel? I put that exercise in there because I found myself wanting to skip it sometimes. And I have to face myself and say, why do you want to skip the silence today, brother? Come on, baby. You got to figure out why you want to skip the silence today. What's going on? So I forced myself to go through the exercise. These podcasts aren't just for you. These podcasts are for me. I listen to my own podcast every day, not only to review what I have to do, but also to understand that if I can't get through these exercises, no one can, because they're coming from me. They're coming from a place of true honesty for myself, and it holds me accountable for what I'm doing each and every day. And it's working, because I don't skip that section. And if I do, if I feel like I need to, I force myself to listen to it, because I know there's something I'm trying to hide from, something I'm afraid of. That "How are you feeling" segment is the most powerful, important segment in all these podcasts. It is the most powerful and important segment in these podcasts, because it's all about you. It has nothing to do with my message, it has nothing to do with the quotes, it has nothing to do with anything but you and how you are feeling in that moment. And you can listen to that segment 5 times a day, and you will probably come up with 5 different emotions for each and every one of those questions I asked you in that silence and solitude segment. So let's talk about you for a moment. Is it possible to gain clarity through distractions? Is it possible to gain fulfillment in having people that you have misvalued in your life, one way or the other? The pendulum is swinging back and forth each day. We go from one feeling to the next, one emotion to the next, one thought to the next. And it's constant. It's almost like self-discipline. But let's talk about it. Let's think about it. What is it that you want out of life? And if you had to walk that path alone to get what you want out of life, would you be strong enough and wise enough and have enough energy and be balanced enough to actually do it? With no help, could you do it completely on your own, self-sufficient, completely in solitude, perhaps completely in silence? Could you do it alone? Would you have the strength to get something that you really want out of life and do it alone? It's easy to say that we can do it when we have help from other people, but can you get to a place where you can start figuring out your own issues and your own silences, sit in your own silences and figure out your own issues and problems and start working towards better solutions for yourself in a positive way? Can you get to a place of optimism by yourself without the outside world helping you? Can you stand tall and detach from situations when the world is trying to come at you in a negative way? when forward momentum is colliding with other people's forward momentum, and their forward momentum might not be positive. It might be negative. What happens when the chaos happens? What happens when the clashes occur? What happens when you have to hold yourself accountable and truly own up to every decision and every person, place, or thing in your life that you have allowed to come into your life? One way or the other, it's your choice. How do you choose to communicate with others? How do you choose to stand on your own 2 feet and hold yourself accountable for the things you say to other people, whether good or bad? How selfish are you? How manipulative are you? How much self-respect do you have for yourself? Does it matter to you that you know you can do better and you're choosing not to? We as people don't always like to hear that. What I always admired about a Ronin is that they have forced themselves. They chose to go in a situation where they have no allies other than time, what's between their ears, what's in their body, their heart, and their soul. They have to figure everything out on their own. And along the way, they will meet people that will aid them and mentor them for periods of time, and maybe even long periods of time. But ultimately, they know at any point, I might be on my own again. And at that point, can I sustain myself as well as I did when I was getting that insight from my mentor, from my family members, from my friends, from my spouses, from my children, from my co-workers? Whatever you do in life, when that sun comes up each and every day, you're the one who has to open your eyes to it. When that moon comes up every night, you're the one that has to close your eyes to it. It is your path. It is your journey. Yes, there are people alongside you, but you are on this alone. You have to be balanced. You are on this path alone. There are people, again, they're alongside you, ahead of you, and behind you. But if you was to close your eyes, you can't see any of those people. But you can still feel yourself because you're still walking. You're still on the path. And each path has a crossroads. There's always a moment. There's always a person, a place, or a thing that's going to change your life for the rest of your life, regardless if you want it to or not. And like a Ronin on his path or her path, there's no way for you to be able to predict what's going to come ahead, what crossroads you may meet, how many different pathways might open up in front of you. But what you can do is be prepared for anything. You can be prepared and you can feel confident and you can feel like you're disciplined enough to be able to conquer and take on any situation that comes in your life in the most simplistic way possible, because you're not going to get thrown out of whack. You're not going to allow your anxiety to get to you. You're not going to allow your fear to control you. You're going to understand, because you've walked your path alone and you want to feel fulfilled and you are content with your peace and your purpose and your joy. And you have a reason to smile every day and you view life as a fun adventure. When you do that, anything that comes into your life, it's just a small setback, a temporary distraction, another opportunity for you to grow in a positive way, another opportunity for you to turn a negative situation into a positive situation, which will eventually lead you to self-discipline, pure detachment from these situations. And the more you do that alone, and know you can do that alone for yourself, when you're doing it for yourself, you don't have to thank anyone else but yourself. That is a great feeling, because when it's time for you to be alongside other people and you get to thank other people for helping you, you realize these people are in your life because you want them to be, not because you need them to be. These things are in your life because you want them to be, not because you need them to be. These places are in your life because you want them to be, not because you need them to be. You understand their value. Now their value makes sense, because you've made sense of your own values. You stand upon values that make sense to you, and you're actively making sure that they are growing, not just sitting there in stasis. You're growing. You're not a utopian tree on the top of a hill, all by itself, looking beautiful, waiting for someone to cut you down, chop you up into firewood, and burn you. You are moving. You are growing. You are expanding. You're allowing time to be your ally and never a threat to you. Who you are is important. What you do is important. And it should be important to you first. You are your most valuable possession. Your mind is beautiful. Your heart is strong. Your body has potential to grow into whatever you want it to be. And your soul is there for you. That is the greatest ally you could ever have, is your own soul. You are your own ally. Time is a great, precious ally as well. You already have things around you that other people can't see. So you are essentially walking alone, but you are never truly alone. You are never truly alone. Because you have you. You have your soul. You have your mind. You have your heart and your body. If it's balanced and you have the right perspective in life and you really know what you want to get and your value systems are right and the people in your life are aligned with you, the things in your life don't own you, the places in your life don't own you. You are free every day to look up at that sky and feel as free as every bird or plane flying through it. They're connected to everything. Self-love through freedom and connection. You love yourself too much to not know that you can do things on your own if need be. You love yourself too much to know that you are fully capable, more than capable, of walking a path that is full of purpose that you've created for yourself. You got to do the homework, though. You got to face facts about yourself. You got to change the things that need to be changed. You got to grow the things that are positive in your life. You have to understand your relationships. You have to understand how you affect other people. Are you a negative forward momentum person coming towards someone else? Or are you a positive forward momentum person going towards someone else? Are you capable of making your own decisions when the time is right, when the crucial time asks you to act, and those actions are going to affect other people? Are you truly confident that you have the confidence and the self-respect and the self-love for yourself, and you're disciplined enough to actually make those decisions and know that whatever decision you make is going to work? That you have true optimism in life. You're not being pessimistic. Negativity has no room in your life. That you're not making your life harder because you don't understand yourself. You're not making life harder because you don't understand the people who have true value in your life, and you are misunderstanding that value. You can't say whatever you want to everyone and not have a reaction. You can't do whatever you want to everyone and not have a reaction. Everything you do, every thought you have, everything you say around other people, there's a reaction. That's how life works. That's how this world works. It's your path. It's your time. It's your energy. It's your potential. It's your purpose. It's your mind. It's your heart. It's your body. It's your soul. It's your self-love. It's your contentment. It's your peace. And it's your joy. You're held accountable for all of that stuff. And you love it when things are great. How accountable are you when things aren't going so great? Peace is not something you can go buy at a store. Joy is not something you can go find in the middle of a lake. Purpose is not something you can borrow from a friend. Fulfillment is not something you can get from a lover. You have to grow all of that yourself. You have to trust yourself enough that you are worth it, and own it and know that you're worth it. To know that you are here for a reason. Every breath you take is for a reason. You were not born for no reason. You are not here for no reason. You are here for a peace that you can find in yourself. You're here for joy that you can find for yourself. You're here to help other people. You're here to give and not take. You are here to walk your own path, yet be able to understand the value of the people that are going to come into your life and walk alongside people who are aligned with you. The time for excuses are over. That volcano you see in front of you is not going to go away just because you want it to. Yes, you conquered a mountain behind you. You got over something big in your life. Yes, you walked through the valley and got a little bit of a break, but now you got to cross something much bigger, much more formidable. But why not? Why not accept the challenge? You're fully capable of doing it. You know you can do it. Whatever is in front of you, you know you can do it. It's there for a reason. It's not there because it hates you. It's not there because it wants to break you. It's there because it's life. And life is what it is. The choices you make to go around that thing or go over it, those are your choices. What are you going to gain from going around it, and what are you going to gain from going over it? Or what are you going to gain from going the opposite direction, doing a 180 and going right back over the mountain you had already conquered? Sure, you might get more insight. Sure, it might make you a little bit stronger, but not nearly as stronger as if you was to turn around, baby, and go over that volcano. It's not going to go away because you want it to. The problems in your life are not going to go away because you want it to. The people in your life are not going to go away because you want them to. The things in your life that are distractions to you are not going to go away because you want them to. Those things can come and go based on action, based on you understanding who you are, based on a true value system that you stand upon, based on you owning your self-love, based on you not cheating your self-discipline, based on you getting after it, finding ways to balance out your body, your mind, your heart, and your soul so you have enough energy to get through each day, baby, and not feel like you wasted it. To not feel like you had so much more to give that day. To not feel like you took more than you gave. To not feel like you made excuses. To not feel like you had so many more things that could have been special and you relegated them to being just average to non-existent. The power we have in life comes from an understanding of what we know we truly can do. From the impact we know we have on other people to the fullest extent, to know exactly how we impact other people, especially the ones that we are obligated to impact in a positive way. Our children, our family, our friends, our co-workers, church members. To be respectful of yourself first, you don't have to worry about being respectful to everyone else. They'll understand it, they'll get that. Every piece of work that you work on yourself is going to show. It's going to grow. It's going to allow people to see you for who you really are without you even having to do the work. You don't have to. You're living your life. You are. You are you. You are here now. You are being in life. You're not just walking through it hoping that somebody pushes you in the right direction or some tide carries you into the right direction, into the right sea. Life is about flowing, but it's definitely not about you getting to pick and choose your moments. We have to pick and choose our mindset. So when those moments come and they're in and out of our control, some of the things we have control over, some things we don't. But we can always fall back on our mental state. We can always fall back on how our heart feels. We can always fall back on our self-love and our discipline, our self-respect and control and awareness of who we are. Because if you don't have that, and you walk this path alone, and you're not ready, and you don't hold yourself accountable, and you bullshit yourself, you're going to get eaten up alive. This world doesn't care about how you feel, how you think. It doesn't care about your purpose or your fulfillment. You have to care about that. And you have to bring into the world why it should care about that. And if you're not prepared to do that, you're not ready to do that, then you will suffer. But I believe that you are. I believe we all are. I believe, just like a Ronin, you are full of balanced energy. You have to do the work. Through self-love and self-discipline and self-control and self-respect for yourself, I'm confident that you will. Your mission for today is to go inside of your mind, go inside of your heart, go inside of your body, and figure out the things in life that are going to make you happy. Start figuring out the things in life that are going to bring you true joy. Start figuring out things in life that are going to make you fulfilled in what you do each day. To start understanding your value system. Your mission is to simply start taking yourself more seriously when it comes to your self-development. It doesn't mean take yourself seriously like an ego. It means take yourself seriously like you're valuable. Take your value in life seriously. That is your mission. Don't take it for granted. Don't undercut it. Don't wash it down. Be bold. Be brave. Understand who you are. Your mission today and every day is to accept and own your true value for whatever it is. And if you don't like the way that it looks, do something about it. If you do like the way that it looks, continue to grow it. It's that simple. And like life, things are meant to be simple. Things are not meant to be complicated. Things are not meant to be struggled. You can create your own challenges each day. You can create your own little scenarios that will bring you a little bit more of tension and things that will make you grow. But you definitely don't want to have a mindset of something that's going to make you grow into a monster or make you grow into a person that you don't want to be. Your obligation to yourself is the most important thing that you can give to yourself. You're important. You are obligated to grow yourself, to figure out your purpose, to not waste your life, to understand your true value. So that is your mission. To take yourself and your value seriously. And to own it. To love yourself. To understand all the things that are good about yourself. To understand all the things that you want out of life. What will bring you peace and joy and happiness. Whether you are alone or you have many people of value in your life. That is your mission. No excuses. Who are you? What do you want? And more importantly, how can you go get it? This is your day. You are here now. These are your moments. You own them. You are brave, bold, powerful. You do believe in yourself. You know you have more in the tank. You know the glass is half full. There is still more room for improvement. There is no end. Believe, believe, believe in yourself. You do believe in yourself. You do believe you can do whatever it takes to get the job done. You don't procrastinate. You don't embellish. You don't lie. You're true to yourself. Peace is in your mind. Peace is in your heart. Peace is in your body. It is definitely in your soul. You are greatness. You have purpose. Intentful purpose. You are here for a reason. You are ambitious. You are loving. You are kind. Empathetic. Compassionate. You are self-love. You have self-control. Self-respect. You are joy, peace, freedom, happiness. You are connected to everything in this world and in this universe. And if no one has told you this today, I love you. You deserve to hear that. Salute to you all. The brave never fall. Learn, laugh, and level up.